Can you change? Break out your card. Okay. 1 minute.
Wait for the suit. He went upstairs to get his notes.
He left his notes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I gotta wait.
They sold that.
We gonna get a fine if we go do after.
Oh. Huh?
We get a fine if we go.
No, we won't.
Yes.
Oh, no, you know her too. Huh? Yeah, but she's at your school. We're
Thank you, Gene.
okay.
Sister Earl has it right here. Call the Trenton Board of Education meeting to order, April 14, 2025. Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Gerald Trueheart.
Present.
Denise Johnson. Present. Jean Bowie.
Present.
Addie Daniels Lane.
Present.
Austin Edwards.
Present.
Yolanda Lopez.
Present.
Larry Trailer.
Present.
Jeannie Weekland.
Present.
Sanjaya Jones.
Present.
We have a quorum.
New Jersey Sunshine Law. New Jersey Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the rights of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted on. On the rules of this act, the Trenton Board of Education has called notice of this meeting by publicizing the date, time, and place, therefore posted on the website, the Times, and the Star Ledger. Formal action will take place at this meeting. A mission statement, all students who graduate with a vision for their future, motivated to learn continually and prepared to succeed in their choice of college or career. Adoption of the agenda. Motion to adopt the agenda. I do have one change. I'm moving up President remarks right after the superintendent's remarks. It's lower in the agenda, but I'm moving it up to right after the superintendent's remarks. Can I have a motion to accept the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
First and second at roll call?
Joe Trueheart,
Yes.
Denise Johnson,
Yes.
Jean Bowie,
Yes.
Addie Daniels-Lane,
Yes.
Austin Edwards,
Yes.
Yolanda Lopez.
Yes.
Larry Trailer,
Yes.
Jeannie Weeklam.
Yes.
Motion passed.
I have our superintendent remarks.
Good evening and welcome on this mild spring day. Today, unfortunately, we begin our meeting with heavy hearts due to the loss of 2 students in our district and a parent in our school community. It's always difficult to find the right words when speaking about loss under any circumstances. So I just wanted to take this opportunity with the community, our parents, our students, to let our families and students and staff know that we're hurting with you, all of us. It was a very difficult day in our schools, and I want to commend our crisis teams for assembling early yesterday and Saturday, principals putting together plans to get their students through the day, and we will be with them all week long. So we also want our families to know, for those family members, students, and our staff who are affected by this and returning to Trenton Public Schools, we will be here to support you. So I just, and I'd like at this time to ask that you please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize our newest member to the board, our student board member. Miss Zanaya Jones is a a student at Capital City High School. Her principal, proud principal, is in the house, and we welcome her to do this very important work. As we move forward with our work, and young people in Trenton, you never know if they're back to be board members. So it gives a lot of training, and she can offer perspective and hopefully what's happening at the ground level in her school to board members. So we want to welcome you and congratulate you for being selected to serve on the school board. All right. We are also excited to have our friends from the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. It was founded on the campus of Howard University. HU. All right. He always does that, and I've learned as a non-Howard grad that you pause after you say that. So, because I've been interrupted before, so I paused to allow him to do his part. And for any other Howard grads here, Howard University in Washington, D.C. in 1908, it was founded. It's the oldest Greek letter organization established by African-American college-educated women who we have here with us today. This evening, I've brought my friends with me, members of the distinguished Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, the Epsilon Upsilon Omega chapter, here to present their donation to the Board of Education. President of the chapter, Ms. Tanya Stewart, will present and at least introduce your colleague. So I'll give you an opportunity under my comments to just present your awards.
I have a big mouth. I don't think I know. Tanya Stewart, who is under the weather today. So on behalf of our president and as members of Epsilon Upsilon Omega chapter, We thank you for allowing for us to partake in the school board meeting on today. Before we get started, I want to say on behalf of our sorority, we are so proud of you, Sanaya Jones, on representing as an African-American woman to show that you're doing great things at a young age to be a representative for your peers, as well as for us to see here in the city of Trenton the great work that still goes on. And on behalf of our chapter, this year, I know that Ms. Stewart did send a letter, so I will not belabor the time to tell you all that goes into that, but we had our chapter hosted our annual Cluster 4 conference meeting here in New Jersey, and under our regional director, we decided that we wanted to be able to give back to our community and also be able to make sure that we did part on our Supreme CEO, Danette Anthony Reed's level of the initiatives that she has entrusted us to do. And 2 of them are empowering our families and also increasing Black dollars in the community. So under her leadership and under our regional director leadership, Alicia Pegues-Spearman, we decided to do a book drive. And that book drive consisted of our members in the Cluster 4 New Jersey region to be able to not raise money, but I guess collect books at all African-American bookstores. And so with the collective efforts of all of our chapters and Epsilon Upsilon Omega chapter as the host chapter, we were able to collect over 1,800, I'm sorry, 1,800. I'm speaking into existence. 1,800 gift cards. And those gift cards we are donating to Trenton Central High School to be utilized in whatever capacity they will be utilized in to enlighten as well as educate the students. In addition, we have one book that was donated as well. And on behalf of our chapter, we donate and entrust these gift cards as well as the book into the hands of our assistant superintendent, who is our chapter member, and to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I would like Ms. King to introduce yourself. You are a force of nature in our community. So introduce yourself and your sorors.
Absolutely. So I stand before you as the past president of the chapter here. I now serve in the capacity as the North Atlantic Cluster 4 coordinator for New Jersey, and a proud Trentonian. And although I do not reside in the city of Trenton, the city will always be my home and my first heart.
I'm Sherry Uri Washington. I'm also a past president. I'm also past cluster coordinator, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Good evening, I'm Geraldine Uri, Trenton High School, class of 19. Former school board member for 10 years, currently serving as municipal court judge for the city of Trenton. I was on the school board for more than 10 years.
Thank you.
And also a past president of the chapter and a cluster co-coordinator as well.
Thank you all. Thank you all, and we appreciate you sharing and the gifts you've provided for students. And then, just to add, thank you for sharing under my remarks. I appreciate you getting me through. And just to add, I want to wish everyone a safe. We go on spring recess next week, and in difficult times when people are alone, to remember those individuals who have had struggle. So I wish everyone a safe and peaceful spring recess and time away. But please check on each other during these difficult times. So that closes my remarks. Thank you.
And yes, thank you, ladies. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, thank you so much for President remarks. Superintendent, I had a moment of silence that I thought was important for our students, first grade student, seventh grade student that tragically passed away. It happened to be on my street, West State Street, and many of the chaplains, I'm a part of the Trenton chaplains, many of the chaplains from Trenton went down to support the family on West State Street. And so we want to just send our condolences and continue to pray for the families of the tragedies of those two losses of our students in our district here in the capital city of Trenton, New Jersey. The other thing I want to do is Sanaya Jones, congratulations to you. Thank you so much. This is a long time coming for us as a board. We really look forward to working with you. Again, your student insight and your student focus on challenges and also opportunities for students at Capital City High School as well as across our district. So welcome to the Trenton Board of Education. And I'm sure I share the sentiment with all the board members that we welcome you with open arms and look forward to your dialogue and your contribution to the board. So thank you so much. The other thing, we had a brief conversation with many of the board members. I had a brief conversation with many of the board members about our May 12th board meeting, and this is something that we should have to do in public. Changing that board meeting to 8 a.m. board meeting because of the Mercer County board meeting at 6 p.m. The reason why we are looking to change the time of our May 12th board meetings because we have several of our, not only members of our board, mostly members of our board who will be voted in at the county level as officers, as well as receiving board level certifications. Denise Johnson will receive a certified board member. Larry Trailer, a new board member certification, master board member certification, Addie Daniels Lane, as well as Yolanda Moreno Lopez, and a certified board leader, Yolanda Moreno Lopez, all of Trenton. And also just about as importantly is we have a Teacher of the Year who will be awarded Mercer County Teacher of the Year, Nicole Hamlet of Trenton Central High School, and of course introduced by our Principal Courtney and Superintendent Mr. Earl from our Trenton School District. So we felt that it was important for us to be there, and it did conflict with our May 12th board meeting. And I think many of the board members who I had a conversation with agreed to change our board meeting on May 12th to 8 a.m. It will have to be advertised, of course, in the newspaper, but just wanted to get the sentiment of the board that we can make that change to 8 a.m. Everybody's in. I know Denise, you had a conflict on that particular day, but I think the majority of the board was able to be there at 6 p.m. on the 12th and have our meeting at 8 a.m. on May 12th. Any dissensions? There's one that conflict. Okay, all right. Thank you, James. So we can advertise the May 12th for 8 a.m. to change that time. That's all I have for President comments. Just want to get that out the way. I'll move now to old business response to public participation from our March 24th, 2025 board meeting. Paul Bethea was our first speaker. He wanted to commend our district for our efforts in our school system. He brought some concerns about student fighting, and what parents and teachers and their children about fighting in vulgar language, but he shared that we were doing a great job in our district in making sure that we address those concerns and issues of our students and our families. Junie Martinez, TESSA president, she expressed discontent between TESSA and the Human Resources Department. Marisol Terada, TESSA vice president, shared our concerns with the HR department as well. We will continue to meet with TESSA leadership to discuss resolutions to the particular issues enunciated in our March board meeting, any other concerns that the TESSA organization president and vice president may have. We also had Darren Frieden Green, who expressed some concerns about presentations prior to public comment. He also shared about an 8-week entrepreneurship program at McKnight School. And so there's no response to that particular public comment. That concluded our public comment and concerns for our March 24th board meeting. We'll now start with comments by board committee chairs. I just have one as governance. There's an order. We have an order on our agenda. But in terms of governance, very quickly, we did discuss the superintendent's evaluation. We also discussed new board member selection process, Citizens Academy, as well as a new student board member coming on board. So we thank God that we have our new student board member. One of the things that we do need to decide on, we have 65 days, I believe, according to the bylaw to appoint as I read it, appoint a school board member in our vacancy. And so Jane Howard sent out an email to us and to confirm that it has been advertised about 2 weeks ago. And the resumes were due, and the applications were due in the form of a resume to the board secretary on today. I'm not sure how many we actually received. We haven't received any resumes or applications for new board membership effective as of today. So we need to get the word out to our community to submit resumes. I did get a couple phone calls, and I did give the information about submitting those to Jane Howard's office and to her email address. So hopefully we can continue as board members to reach out to our community and reach out to members who may be interested in becoming board members to submit their resume to Jane Howard. We may have to, of course, now extend that period. The second part of this is we wanted to get questions from board members, questions that we would ask our candidate in our interviews in executive session, the new board member candidates in executive session. So if you could please submit your questions, 1 or 2 questions to Jane Howard, and that way we can compile those questions and come up with maybe 4 or 5 or less, depending on how many we decide to ask the new board members in the interviews in executive session. So we'll have ask all the same questions. And so it's important that if we can get that done by Friday. Is that appropriate? If everybody can just please come up with questions for the new board members and for the interview session. And then we'll narrow that down to maybe 3 or 4 questions to ask each candidate as we get resumes coming in prayerfully. And then we should be able to move forward with selecting a new board member to take the seat of Sasa, who vacated that seat some time ago, about a month ago. It's important if we can get this done by now it's April. We'd love to have it done by our May meeting. I know it's a tight timeline. If not, definitely by our June meeting, because we're running up against a timeline there. So we could work on that as well. So that's all I have for board member comments, report on the board committees for the governance committee. Thank you. Addie, you're up. Next. Thank you.
Okay, excuse me. Okay, all right. So the Teaching and Learning Committee did in fact meet on Tuesday, April the 8th. And at that time, we reviewed the board agenda items and also received a update from the Special Education Department. Some of the highlights from that particular meeting: we discussed additional funding for screeners to assist in assessing language needs for entering students. We also reviewed a number of summer program activities, including activities like sports camp, band camp, ESY, summer school, enrichment activities. And we also noted that there are a number of programs listed to actually open up the next school year, 25-26. Those items are listed. We also noted that a curriculum revision update is going to take place, and that there is a new platform, well, new to me anyway, a new platform, EduPlanet, that is being used as a curriculum planning platform for support in curriculum revision. We also noted that there is support for the arts through the Young Audiences program. They're active at a number of schools district-wide. We also noted that there is a historical marker to be placed at Grant School, recognizing and acknowledging, and I believe it's Ntozake Shange, who was a playwright and a Trenton resident who actually authored a play that ran on Broadway a few times. And again, a historical marker is being placed at Grant School in her honor. We also took a look at a variety of student trips that are being offered and noted the importance of extending learning beyond the classroom. Some of the questions, we talked about transition planning for students moving between schools after completing a specific grade configuration. We also talked about the fact that the special education department is reviewing and setting up the parameters for the extended year programming, and that also looking at support for the child study teams in order to evaluate students as needed over the summer with referrals that have come in. We also talked about Autism Awareness Month, which is April, and a lot of the students district-wide have been invited to participate and celebrate this particular awareness month. And we also talked about some upcoming things, like on the May agenda, we're going to talk about disproportionality and what that means for the district and how that impacts the district. There will also be an upcoming AVID presentation for us to get a better understanding of that particular activity as well. So that those are the contents from our Teaching and Learning Committee. Thank you.
So I go next? I like being last better, but I'm just saying, no. So the Operation and Finance Committee met last Tuesday. We discussed transfers, the Secretary's report, Treasurer's report, long list of staff travel, and the list of the bills that we pay, and that number for March 31st, 2025 was $16,056,720, which is a lot of money. We also talked about the project to do some interior renovations at the 9th grade academy, which I think is a really big deal. For those who weren't around at the time, we were able to purchase the 9th grade academy for $20 million cash. Not carrying any debt and not asking the taxpayers for a dime. And there was a bunch of, a large area of the building that had to be renovated so that we could use for other classrooms and communal space. And so it's really good to see that come into fruition. So good job, business department. And then I guess, oh yeah, one other thing before we get to the donations. It's good to see on this agenda the continued use of the security agency that has been securing our buses. For those who don't know, we were being vandalized on the regular. They were taking catalytic converters from our buses, and that's a very expensive proposition. And since we started using them, we haven't lost one catalytic converter. So kudos on that. And then the last, and this is very important, like we talk about all of the money, but really it shows the compassion of our community when folks donate to our children. And so I just would like to go down the list and call out some of those donations. Empower Somerset, donation $3,000 to the 9th grade academy for student activities developed in the School of Health Improvement Plan. Rutgers University, $25,000 for family and community engagement. Child Win socks valued at $175 for family and community engagement. Also Bank America, 50 bikes and 50 helmets valued at $7,500 for family and community engagement. Shine and Inspire toiletries and miscellaneous items valued at $300 for family and community engagement. And Book Smiles, 1,100 books valued at $8,800 for visual and performing arts theater at Trenton Central High School. So we do thank those folks for their generosity. That's it.
Okay, the facilities meeting did not meet this month because we had nothing new, but I do have an update on current projects. I'm happy to report that the demolition and cleanup at Junior 1, the old MLK school, is complete. The contractor is done. The property has been seeded and fenced in and turned back over to the district. Capital maintenance projects, the Ziegler Warehouse Building, the asbestos abatement company is 100% complete, and we're waiting for PSE&G and Trenton Waterworks to shut off and disconnect all lines and utilities. Capital reserve projects, the 9th grade academy, as Jean stated, the indoor renovations and alterations bid opening will be on May 1st. And then Holland Middle School, the corridor acoustic soundproofing installation, the bid opening will be May 12th. And that's all we have this month.
All right, for the HR committee, nothing far too new or exciting in this one. I just want to take a moment to keep reiterating how working for the district is a great opportunity for yourself and for your family. Every time I look at these salaries for a lot of these positions, I continually wonder why law school was what I wanted to do with my life, but you know. Oh man! And then on top of that, do want to highlight again the many people that are retiring this year. I think one of the highest on this list is 40 years with the district, rivaled by 35 years, right? And then it goes from there. So not only is it a great place to come in, make a great salary for yourself, but it's also a place where a lot of people want to stay after all these many years, decades, giving back to the district. So really happy to see this HR report, and that's all I have for now.
Okay, so the policy committee met on April 3rd, and we reviewed the last of the policies that needed revision. You will see that we do have a select number of policies that are up for second reading and for first reading as well. After a review of the district policies, we recognize that there are a number of policies that are that should be abolished. These policies are out of date and no longer relevant. So that list of policies is also included in our packet. I would like to thank Mr. Roll, who has been so instrumental in getting these policies. We are up to date because of him and because of the committee, but James is doing all of the heavy lifting. He's got us on task. He's telling us what we need to review, what to consider. And when we review policies and we have questions, like, he knows the answers to it. Like, for him to know all the policies in the district is amazing. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. Yes. We are all up to date. We're all up to date, and now we just need to do some cleaning up. But for the most part, our policy manual is up to date. And I want to thank the committee for taking time to, spend the time to read all these pages, and to thank the board for putting in your time as well. We know the importance of having relevant and updated policies. We clearly communicate what is expected in the district. So I just wanted to thank everyone for all of the hard work that they're doing. Thanks again.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to report on the FACE Committee. The FACE Committee met on March 26th. We discussed continued outreach with our Parent Connect series, as well as our empowerment workshops. We have a couple coming up. Tomorrow we're going to have one on age-appropriate expectations at MLK School from 5 to 6:30. Another one May 20th, calming and distressing techniques, and June 17th on building helpful routines. The committee also talked about our Healing Heart series, as well as the New Jersey School Climate Survey that got released. to the district, as well as kindergarten registration efforts to make sure that we reach out proactively to make sure that we're recruiting students into the district. That was our meeting notes from the 26th. Thank you.
Now moving to our public participation area of our meeting, our reading advisory. The Trenton Public School District welcomes the attendance and comments from all members of the public at its meetings. This public comment period is your time to be heard on any school or the school district issue that a member of the public may feel is a concern to the residents of the school district. Each person who signed up to comment will have 5 minutes. You'll be notified when your 5 minutes are up. You cannot yield your time to anyone else. When it's your time to speak, please address all of your comments to the board president. Please conduct yourself in a respectful and courteous manner. For anyone whose comments or actions either harass, intimidate, or threaten the safety of any person, we will provide you with a warning or immediately end your comment time. Also, if you curse, use vulgar language, or make personal attacks, we will provide you with a warning or end your comment time. Comments that adhere to these guidelines will not be interrupted. If you have any questions, please ask your questions during your 5-minute comment period. After the public comment period is closed, the board superintendent or designee will address your questions to the extent provided by the law. We also ask that members of the public do not interrupt the speaker during their public comment time. Our first speaker is Ms. Garcia, Latin American Legal Defense and Education Fund.
Hello, good evening. Thank you so much for the work that you do on the side of the desk. I am here presenting the Latin American Legal Defense Education Fund, a nonprofit here in Trenton, New Jersey, and I am the Futuro Program Coordinator, and here to promote the Futuro Program, which is a college prep program for first, second-gen immigrant students. Ms. Jones, I'm having you here. It's truly amazing, inspiring, and I'm going to tell my kids all about it this week and upcoming weeks for the amazing work that you'll do. So the purpose of the program is just like our district mission is mainly for their college and career preparedness. It's a 2-year program, it's completely free, and we are a nonprofit, so we are here to support the community. You guys do the best you can, and we also take on the charge as well. So just mainly for that. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Ms. Gargona, bilingual teacher in bilingual studies. Not present? Okay. Our next speaker is Laura Mora, community member on child safety.
Oops. Good evening, members of the Board of Education and Superintendent James Earl. You know, I always worry about education, and that's why I'm here. That's my priority. And as a community organizer and community client advocate, for many years in this city, the safety outside and inside the students and the schools of Trenton has been a challenge to authorities, parents, the community, and the Board of Education. Challenges due to failure to address crime as a priority destroy confidence in the safety of our children in Trenton. In recent weeks, there have been many incidents involving students from Trenton. On one of the hands, there is the drug plague surrounding schools and the lack of the authority in the state-approved easy selling. Young people are easy prey for consumption and sale, especially if there is no education or adequate supervision. This is partly the education they receive at home, but in some parents use drugs, there are no values, much less responsibility for a child's safe environment. There are many challenges for our children at Trenton. Reading the strategic plan 21-22 through 25-26, children come first, los niños primero. I do not doubt in the strategic plan must implement practices for child-safe environment, establish policies and procedures that meet all the child-safe standards. In the goals areas, I don't find anything that guides parents regarding domestic violence and safe streets where those who suffer most is our children. I respectfully suggested to the Board of Education create a partnership with Unity. Unity was previously Woman Space, to work with the parents regarding domestic violence and its consequences and the trauma that they as adults are creating to the children. For experience, personal experience, I suffered domestic violence and never pay attention the damage my children had it. And now I stop that, and now my children are happy. That's why I'm telling you, we need to work with organizations like Unity to talk more about the consequences with our children, not the problems they have as adults, with the children exactly. Create a confidential hotline where students report any abuse, harassment, bullying. I suggest this before. A hotline in the school and the schools and the high schools where the children can have a confidence, because they do not have a confidence to talk with a teacher, but they can talk by the phone with someone that maybe attend the harassment they're suffering or the bullying. And the last one, not the last one, contact the Juvenile Justice Commission to talk, to do conference.
You have 1 minute, okay.
Okay, to do conference with children, with our students, to see the consequences about being bullying, to do bullying to others, the consequences. Justice, even jail if they commit a crime, kill a person. We need to talk about it, and we need a partnership with justice. And the last one that just came to my mind is more support from the schools to students that are in sport teams. I went to all the basketball games of Trenton High, and we don't have support from the students. Only parents or all people that love basketball. We need more support.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Pardon me. Board member discussion and action on consent agenda. Good. Need a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and second, and roll call.
Joe Trueheart.
Yes.
Denise Johnson.
Yes.
Jean Bowie. Yes. Addie Daniels Lane.
Yes.
Austin Edwards.
Yes.
Yolanda Lopez. Larry Trailer.
Yes.
Jeannie Weeklam.
Yes.
Motion passed.
All right, thank you so much. We have our time for board member comments. Is there any NJSBA delegate updates or legislative updates at this time, or 4Cs updates?
I do.
We'll start with Addie.
Okay.
And then we'll go to Yolanda and
Okay,
Denise.
so just a couple things from the Board of Directors from the New Jersey School Boards. So first of all, Workshop 2025, registration is now open for the district members that are intended on going. The theme for this year is Your Ticket to Big Ideas and Bright Futures. There was a call for proposals, however, that call for proposals ended on April the 11th. So that we'll have to maybe do something for next year in terms of proposal. There was also a call for student performance proposals. So that might be something that we consider for the future also for the following year, because that closed on April the 14th. Also, Just to note, a new feature for this year, there'll be a dedicated exhibit floor time and food trucks. So there'll be a specific time set aside for that where nothing else will be scheduled. That's different from the past. You had to cut out some time from a workshop to do those things. And so now there's a scheduled time for that. There's also a call for volunteers to serve on different committees from New Jersey school boards. You do have to complete an application to serve on the committee, and we know that we have at least one member on the legislative committee, so we want to thank Brother Larry Trailer for serving on the legislative committee. And again, looking for additional volunteers to serve on the various committees from the New Jersey School Boards Association. I think we noted last time that the membership for the New Jersey School Boards is increasing for this year, the membership dues, and hopefully our BA has taken note of that particular piece. So again, those are just the highlights from the last Board of Directors meeting. Thank you.
So, our president, Trueheart, asked me to serve as liaison for the 4 Cs from the board. Superintendent had to leave a little early, so he recommended that I give the following announcements to the members there. First of all, we highlighted our alumni spotlight, something that makes me really happy because we had someone come here at one point and ask, what did a Trenton High School diploma get you? So we're letting people know what a Trenton High School diploma can get you. I refer them to our website so they can check it out. We also spoke briefly on the rolling out of the Citizens Academy to be announced or to be determined, the date. We asked that if anyone had any suggestions to send in their recommendations for the naming of the new school. We also mentioned the survey and asked them to go to the website and fill out that survey. We talked about the logo rebranding, and we asked for SMAs to be submitted with a letter of interest for anyone who would like to be appointed to serve the remaining term of Sasa Montaño's appointment here, here on the board. Also, of interest to us, the Workforce Development Committee that they have spoke on the collaboration with Capital City High School and how it is that they did have an outing to Capital Health, and so that was already done and it worked out well. And there were 2 other people that I met. One was Pedro Medina from Mothers Against Drunk Driving. They came and presented under the auspice of the New Jersey Highway and Traffic Division. And although he said that they are full for presentations, that they would make a date for us, create an opening. So if we're interested, Superintendent, to have them present, they'll come. Also, for our FACE committee, I met Leticia Acevedo. She is working with Mission Rescue, and they just opened up a wellness center. And so they want to be able to partner with us at any point in time to work with our students and especially our parents. Also to be noted that they are bilingual, and they will be able to service the bilingual community. And that is it.
Great report. Yes, Denise, I'm sorry, I thought you.
I actually didn't, but I do want to just state that I recently attended the Equity Expo training that NJSBA offered, and it was an eye-opener to listen to a lot of the research and ideas that talk about how to be inclusive for students who learn differently. So I definitely appreciated that, and I just wanted to share with the board that we have Delegate Assembly coming up May 10th, and then NJSBA has a spring conference on May 30th, and that theme is Fulfilling the Promise of Public Education in New Jersey, which I think is timely since there are changes happening at the federal level, which may impact the state. So I just wanted to share that information. I'm trying to be on point with the trainings. And so I just wanted to share my experience because I'm trying to do more of these to get a really good handle on what it means to serve children and families in districts.
I'm sorry, by the way, I did tell the 4Cs that they had until midnight tonight to send in that resume and letter of interest.
Amen. Brother Bowie.
Yeah, so I'm thrilled to have a new member of the school board, Sanaya. I said it right? Yeah, and what I found thrilling is that I was informed is she's a junior who's graduating, right? That's outstanding, and that young lady deserves a round of applause. Because that work ain't easy. Yeah, so I was really, really thrilled considering a guy that's got 17 grandchildren and 16 great-grands. You keep doing that thing. God bless you.
Any other board comments? Anybody? I want to really thank Dana Williamson and Dr. Johnson of Capital City High School, and they're here as well, and recognize you guys. And you have one of your students, one of your all-star students here with us, and we're looking so forward to having her give her input in all that you have trained and all that you have taught. This young lady will come through, I'm sure, on this board. And her graduating as a junior, man, I was talking to the superintendent, I said, I wish I could graduate as a junior. But that's outstanding. That's outstanding. That means you really put time in and got all your credits, and you're prepared now to either take a year off or go right on to college. So you have you have options. That's great. You have some options there for you. One other thing I wanted to share in the superintendent's most recent update, the superintendent has given the board an option, an opportunity, and the protocol to ask formally for any information. We've established a protocol for board member requests for information as well as for any recommendations to the district, just so we can codify and kind of gather that information and begin to quantify it and prioritize it so that we can address any of the concerns, questions, protocols, information requests that you might have as a board member. So we wanted to formalize that process, and the superintendent has done so through use of Google Docs, and he's explained that in his superintendent update that came out today. So please take a look at that update. The explanations are there, the directions are there as well. And again, that's for any information requests or recommendations for district initiatives or information that the superintendent may need to address. Here's the backdrop on that is that, of course, the superintendent is extremely busy with the goals that we've already established for him. And to get so many requests from board members and from others, he needs to quantify and codify that and then prioritize it, and along with all of his other responsibilities and goals that we have already set in our 5-year strategic plan. So that's the backdrop as to why we wanted to establish the protocol, and the superintendent has established that protocol. I think is in good order as well. So those are my comments for tonight. I did want to ask our student rep if she had any comments for tonight. Please share anything that you wanted to share with us tonight.
I'm sorry. Well, good evening, everybody. As they have said many times, my name is Sanaya Jones. I'm a student attending Capital City High School. I don't really have much to say today, but I do want to say thank you for the great opportunity that you guys have provided me to be up here, and not just to represent my school, but to represent the whole student body, to come to you guys with any concerns or problems that we have. I want to say thank you to my principal for giving me this opportunity, and yeah, that's it. And thank you guys.
I don't think we have any new business. If we do, we have any new business board members? We'll move into executive, excuse me, Jane. We'll move into executive session. I'll read the executive session resolution for Monday, April 14th, 2025. Whereas the Open Public Meeting Act codified by NJSA 10:4-6 permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting under certain circumstances, and whereas the Trenton Board of Education is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, indicate as follows. Any material considered confidential by federal law, state statute, or court rule, any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation to which the board is or may become a party to, any matter falling within the attorney-client privilege, to the extent that confidentiality is required to preserve the attorney-client relationship and allow the attorney to exercise his or her ethical duties as a lawyer. Matters captioned, negotiation update, memorandum of agreement between TBOE and Mechanic and Laborers, memorandum of agreement between TBOE and Trenton Education Secretaries Association, superintendent's evaluation. Now therefore be it resolved by the Trenton Board of Education, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey, that an executive session will be held on April 14, 2025 for the statutorily permissible purposes indicated in this resolution. Be it further resolved that action may be taken by the board when it reconvenes in open session. Be it finally resolved that the minutes of the executive session with regard to any above subject matter shall be disclosed to the public at a later date, and to the extent that the same is not prejudicial to the interests of the parties involved, no longer adverse to the public interest, or does not endanger any individual rights or privacy. Can I have a motion to enter into executive session?
So moved.
Properly moved and seconded. Roll call.
Gerald Trueheart.
Yes.
Denise Johnson.
Yes.
Gene Bowie.
Yes.
Addie Daniels Lane.
Yes.
Austin Edwards.
Yes.
Yolanda Lopez.
Yes.
Larry Trailer.
Yes.
Jeannie Weeklam. Motion passed. Adjourn to exec session.
Wait for the superintendent. Here he comes. There he's here. All right. So we're now back in open session. I'd like to have a motion to approve the memorandum agreement with mechanical laborers.
At this time, I, in fact, move that we approve the labor agreement with the mechanics and laborers.
I second.
Motion approved.
Gerald
First call- yeah,
Trueheart.
I'm sorry, guys. Yes.
Denise Johnson.
Yes.
Gene Bowie.
Yes.
Addie Daniels Lane.
Yes.
Austin Edwards.
Yes.
Yolanda Lopez.
Yes.
Larry Trailer.
Yes.
Jeannie Weeklam absent. Motion passed.
We need a motion to approve the memorandum agreement with TBOE and TESA.
So moved.
Second.
Gerald Trueheart.
Yes.
Denise Johnson.
Yes.
Gene Bowie.
Yes.
Addie Daniels Lane.
Yes.
Austin Edwards.
Yes.
Yolanda Lopez.
Yes.
Larry Trailer.
Yes.
Jeannie Weeklam absent.
That passed.
Motion passed.
Motion to adjourn? So moved. Second. All in favor? Aye. Meeting is off. Meeting is closed. Thank you.